come to you north of the border from Toronto, Ontario. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, the Raptors are Canada's team, only fitting. Toronto's the fourth largest city in North America.
Ed, all that sounds great, but I'll tell you what, I love everything about T-Dot. The food, the music, the culture, the people, the energy of the city. It's off the charts. Every NBA player wants to come through the six.
No one really cares if it's cold because inside these walls, it's always revved up. Controlled by the Philadelphia 76ers. Going to launch beyond the arc. Valanciunas there for the board. Lowry to Van Vliet. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Every hero needs a good sidekick. Nice find to set up a three.
Simmons into the front court. Down three. Count the basket inside.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
It's denied by Embiid.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Butler for two. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. To the rim. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
Butler. Jimmy Butler missed his first. That one goes. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball.
Lowry, wide open look, won't go.
And as a shooter, this is when you start to second-guess your shot. You've had 3 wide-open shots that you just can't put through the net, but still, keep hunting your shot.
Beyond the arc for 3. Not that time. The follow won't go either. To Simmons. Doesn't get the bounce. Knocked loose. Keeps it alive. Gotta love the hustle. Ibaka. He made his first effort, but not that time. To Simmons. Butler. Can't get the bounce. To Lowry. Ibaka to Valanciunas. Blocked by Butler.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Lowry. It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start dragging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Simmons. 4-3. Raptors have the rebound. Fred VanVleet. Big finish at the rim. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
New blood coming in for both sides. Simmons to Butler. Here's a chance from long range. You on top. Jimmy Butler, contested three. He buries it.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that. That was nice.
Missed it. How'd that not go down? To Butler. For three. Rebounds taken down by the Raptors. Cleans it up. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Simmons to Butler. Fires the three. Off the mark. No good. Lowry into the front court. 14-10 the score. To Butler. Jimmy Butler. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended. And he buries it. First quarter is complete. It's all even at the end of this quarter. All's our score after one. Let's do it here in the second quarter. Toronto has the basketball. Cruises inside for two.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Short jumper off the mark. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Screen coming. Has a chance. And 2 more points. The defense had him, but the good shooters find a way.
Okay, I saw a little bit of a handle there. But let's see if that confidence is still there down the stretch.
To Fultz. Fires the three. It takes a lot to keep this young man under wraps. Markelle Fultz still scores.
And here's the setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force a defense to collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
To Fultz. From long range, he's not known for that. Markelle Fultz, the former #1 pick, hits a tough shot.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, Ed.
Here comes the screen. To Valanciunas. Jonas Valanciunas. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size. But in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Short jumper won't fall. To Butler. Lets it fly from long range, and Jimmy Butler all in stride. Catch and shoot three is good.
You live by the three, you die by the three. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a three-point game.
Visit our team website for more details.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Oh, whistle.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Lowry. Embiid with the board. Butler to bring it up. Up by 3. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit. Jones with it. He'll run the offense.
Oh, denied. As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
From the painted area, won't go down.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
To Butler. Going to launch beyond the arc. He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Lowry. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not getting the bounce. Butler into the front court. Up by 6. To Fultz. Beyond the arc for 3. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. And Jimmy Butler. Rebound comes to Lowry. Taken by the Sixers.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
And it's rejected.
Just incredible timing on that slot.
Knocked loose. Shot from the lane won't go. To Butler. 4-3. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. OG Anunoby, tough matchup against Butler. To Lowry. Add 2 points to the board.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Number 7, Kyle Lowry.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. First half comes to an end. The 76ers have the lead.
Jalen here with your halftime report. The 76ers have the lead, but not by much. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. Have a look at the leading scorers. For the Philadelphia 76ers, the Raptors aren't down by much after 2 quarters. And that deficit is a negative, of course, but I do see it positive. I really like how they move the ball, keeping each other involved offensively. They've got a nice flow to their game today. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Toronto Raptors.
Game tracking. Bench points.
The NBA season is long, and these days, starters take rest days. And that's why it's so important to have bench players that can be productive like we're seeing here today.
Player of the half.
BUTLER was lighting up the scoreboard in the first half. And I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here we go with the top 3 plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Toronto with the basketball. Lowry. Finish that. To Butler. Here's a chance from long range. That one off the mark. It's no good.
People do not realize the brilliance of the coaching in this league. The small adjustments made defensively has made all the difference in the second half.
Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
Off the mark.
And when you miss so many chippies right around the rim, you look at their points in the paint production. The first half, they were great. Second half, not so much.
Can't connect from inside. Hand in his face. Still hits. You don't see that very often.
I love when bad shooters make shots. They run down the court saying, I should get the ball more. And that's when you say, no, you're open for a reason.
Embiid says, not this time.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Lowry buries the 3. He's too good to leave that open.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
On the follow. Way to stay with it.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Nearing impossible. No getting through.
5, Ed. That's 5 blocks tonight.
Off the mark. Oh, and a putback.
Ed, It's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
Curling inside, blocked by Embiid.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
For three, no good. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. The margin standing now at 7. Deep two there, won't go. That's blocked by Johnson. Shot stopped by Embiid.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Butler can't connect. It's no good.
Notice that the defense isn't giving him as much space anymore. They're crowding him every time he catches the ball and really getting into his legs defensively.
Kyle Lowry wide open. Makes them pay from 3.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Stepping in for the Toronto Raptors, number 17, Jonas Valanciunas.
Butler fires the 3. Not going down here. It's the Raptors with the basketball.
I got him. Here we go. Here we go.
To Ibaka. Has a look. Serge Ibaka. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Butler, not that time. He missed it.
Give the defense some credit here. He killed them in the first half, driving and scoring at will. But now, it's lockdown time.
Here comes the screen. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Kyle Lowry has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 80% at the line. And hits the first free throw.
Substitutions.
2 for 2 on that trip. Smith with the basketball. Game's all tied in the final minute here in the 3rd. And counted at the rim.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Ball's controlled by Lowry. Short jumper off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
And scores.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Lowry with a shot that's no good. Fires the three. That misses with 3 seconds left. That ends the third quarter. It's the Sixers out in front. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. Simmons to Redick. Can't connect.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Kyle Lowry with the rock. Knocked loose. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Ibaka goes to the left side from long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good. To Embiid. Redick. He was all over him. That is great vision to set it up. Lets it fly from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Oh, okay. I don't see any more phantom screens like I did in the first half. I actually see people being hit, which opens up three-point shooters to operate off those screens. It's all coming together.
Lowry into the front court. His guys down three. Valanciunas finishing inside the paint on that one.
Yeah, let me
Look,
see.
there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the
I heard about the monster trade that the Sixers made, man.
To Butler. Go Toby Harris on the arc. Not that time. He misses. Lowry with it. His guys now trailing by a point. To Van Vliet.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. I heard about that monster trade, man.
That's good. Off the mark.
They made a huge monster trade for LA. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to change my roster.
Looking to make something happen. To Redick. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Defenders could lose sleep with this guy. J.J. Redick, well defended, still knocks it down.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line.
I'm going to just take out the player just no longer on my squad.
To Embiid.
Get rid of him. I'm about to get rid of Chancellor Williams.
Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Amir Johnson.
Yeah.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Oh, yeah. The Sixers, man, yeah, we lost that game last night. Sixers lost that game last night against Toronto Raptors.
Fred Van Vliet.
So it's going to be on the topic now, man. They got that boy Harris
to Van Vliet.
From the LA Clippers, man. He's nice, man.
Beyond the arc for three. Oh, he couldn't get it to go.
That guy's a coach. He's a player.
By Embiid.
Tomorrow Harris is exactly what the Sixers need. He's that spark, man.
During the regular season, things can
get
difficult.
The Sixers
Energy
need.
can be low.
I mean, if we talk about going lower, if you talk about beating Boston or Toronto, you got to have him.
Today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with more efficiency and tremendous effort.
And this guy Harris will help. Now Jimmy Butler.
He connects at all the time in the world. Too easy.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Simmons to Butler. 4-3.
The Sixers will be okay.
He's not shy about shooting from out there, but he misses this time.
He was absolutely scoring at will in the first half. But now that the defense has picked up, don't try to do too much. Less is more.
Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that
I heard about
but if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Yeah, also seen our loss last night to the Raptors. You know, pretty bad at home. So
Fred VanVleet,
Sixers gonna have to get it together, man. This trade comes at a good time. Because the Sixers didn't look good last night, man.
And stuffs it home. Now a whistle and a timeout for
We look good
Philadelphia.
against
That's
Toronto
their
at
first
home.
of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with 1 remaining.
So this comes on a great good time. Gave up that Harris is scoring about nearly 30 a game. Oh yeah, 30 a game. He got established an all-star this year. People are saying Sixers with the big 4. You think he will take J.J. Redick's place? And Redick will come off the bench? Man, look, this guy Harris is the real deal, man. I think he's the reason why the LA Clippers are going to make the playoffs. This guy Harris and Luke Williams. Luke Williams is also good. He used to play with the Sixers. Luke Williams and Harris, I watched them play the LA Clippers. They ain't good enough to beat the Warriors yet, but Harris is
Both
good, man.
coaches hitting the reset button.
You know,
Fresh
the Sixers
legs
are better
coming
than
out to the
LA, I
floor.
think. We're better than the Clippers.
To Embiid.
So,
Here's a chance from long range. Missed it. To Embiid. Short jumper stays out.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short on the shot.
so yeah, Sixers are better than
To bring it up. His guys find themselves
gonna be
trailing by
good,
a
man.
bucket. To Embiid. Joel Embiid. He's now 4 for 6.
Gonna be good.
It seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his
It's gonna be
offensive
lovely,
swag,
man. It's gonna be
that
good.
boy's diddly.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna
Lowry.
be good, man. Better believe it's gonna be great.
Send it
Oh!
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Count it. And the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm excited about it, man. I'm gonna say Harris, but I like J.J. Redick. They should start Redick. J.J. Redick should be a starter. He's really good.
OG and
He should be a starter, man.
Cash in on the three-point play.
You
Not
know,
the
but
best career
hopefully,
mark, 62%. Whoops.
Hopefully the
That
Sixers
won't
can
go.
start both of them.
Butler.
Why not?
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the
Hopefully
rim.
the Sixers
Some
can start
players are
both
just
of them. Why
built
not?
to absorb the contact. He
Redick
pretty much
and,
dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the time.
Harris. You know, we got the big 4, man. And Harris. Harris gonna have to start over Redick, though. I'm hearing some good things about Harris, man. He's nice.
Here comes the
I'm
screen.
hearing some nice things about Harris, man.
Has a chance. The screen sets him up for 2.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right
Oh,
now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
Sixers call for time. They trail by 2. And the question, do they look for the tie in overtime? Or
Okay.
do they go for it all with a 3?
All right, what do we do? Do we go for the tie? We're down. Oh, we're about to look like the real Sixers last night. Okay, I'm not trying to figure out. Do we go for it? Or, let me see. Okay. So I got trying to figure out, do we go for it or, oh yeah. Yeah, you know what? I hope we can win the East too, man. Yeah, I want to win the East, man. I'm with you. Shoot, I hope we can. You know what? We're going to go for it all.
Butler, he's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more
Yeah,
painful
boy.
than the next day watching
Jimmy
tape,
Butler
seeing the
with the
fact that he
clutch.
got 15 points
Yeah.
off
That's
three-point
what
shots.
I'm talking about, man. And that's how we should have played last night. Yeah, I'm mad about last night's game too. Yeah, that was a bad game last night. That game wasn't all that good. Yeah, bad game. But now we got Harris. So now the Sixers will be able to make something up. I think they got a real good pick. They got a real good pick with this guy, man. You know, the Sixers needed somebody like this Harris. So we're going to be able to rebound once we get this guy Harris on the team, man. And Jimmy Butler, hopefully they're going to re-sign him next year, 2026.
For three. Yes.
Oh, my
They
God,
absolutely
yo.
needed that. Great job by the offense to be poised and create a shot to pull ahead.
Right there, take it.
Butler. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. It's the Raptors with the victory as they win a close one by 2. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Raptors got the win in a nail-biter. They did an incredible job with the 3-ball, getting plenty of points from long range. As a squad, they were able to take advantage of a perimeter defense that couldn't lock them down. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Toronto Raptors. The 76ers must be devastated after such a close loss. This loss is sure to be all the more bitter because of how well they shot from beyond the arc. Their percentage from three-point range was outstanding. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Game track. Three-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Lowry is the choice for what you're seeing here, and that's unselfish play. Tight passes, great timing, and an impressive basketball IQ. He earned more respect than what I already have for him.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a look at the upcoming games for the Toronto Raptors. That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.